I'm Tony Neela. Have you ever witnessed an owner's dog waiting outside of the general market for his owner to come back out, all while ignoring distractions? Or how about a dog that gets separated from its owner along the street, obeys traffic, and reunites with its owner on the other side, all while ignoring people, food, and dogs? When you ask the owners, how did you train that dog? Their answer surprises you. I've never trained my dog. He's always been that way as a puppy. He's an old soul. He just knows. Well, what if I told you that there is a perfect, you're perfect, but if I told you there's a perfect scientific explanation for this, and it's very powerful. It's called latent learning. Do a search for it on the internet, and you will be surprised how effective it is, even more effective than rewards and no rewards training. And this is our foundation of a series of exercises designed to allow dogs to make independent decisions, enhancing their confidence, problem-solving skills, and ability to navigate certain environments without direct human guidance or training. Our course puts an emphasis on the dog's cognitive ability to make proper independent decisions without management training or tools such as treats or training collars. And this program promotes a dog's ability to regulate and control its own behaviors, emotions, and reactions without constant external guidance or intervention from its owner or trainer. This concept emphasizes the dog's innate ability to understand and manage its own actions, making choices that are beneficial to both itself and its environment. In a training context, our program prioritizes methods that empower the dog to make correct decisions on its own, rather than relying solely on commands or cues from a human. And this approach fosters a deeper understanding and internalization of desired behaviors, leading to a more harmonious relationship between the dog and its owner. We distinguish ourselves with a unique approach rooted in science-based psychology theories and traditional wisdom. Our methods do not rely on operant conditioning like positive reinforcement or training tools, often used by conventional trainers. Instead, we base our methods on shaping innate behaviors, free shaping, and latent learning. Shaping innate behaviors means we work with your dog's natural instincts rather than against them. By understanding and addressing the root causes of your dog's behavior, we can guide them towards more desirable actions. Free shaping involves rewarding incremental steps towards a target behavior, facilitating your dog's understanding of what is expected from them. And this approach is non-coercive and allows the dog to make choices and learn from them. Latent learning strategies, instead of operant conditioning methods where actions are learned through direct reinforcement or punishment. In latent learning, a dog requires new behaviors or skills without immediate demonstration of these learned behaviors. They are then able to apply this learned knowledge when a relevant situation arises. And this allows dogs to learn in a low-stress environment at their own pace, which can lead to more profound and lasting behavioral changes. The application of these concepts differentiates us from trainers who primarily use operant conditioning techniques, which can sometimes lead to increased anxiety in dogs. At the heart of our method of dog training is this three aspects of cognitive science: latent learning, behavioral genetics, and evolutionary psychology.
Today, we're diving into the fascinating world of dog behavior and how our understanding of it has evolved over time. Are you ready to learn something new about your furry friend? Let's get started. Once upon a time, scientists like John B. Watson back in 1913 believed our behaviors were solely shaped by our environment. Imagine being born as a blank slate, with knowledge being poured into you. This theory, known as behaviorism, was the foundation of understanding behavior for years. But here's the twist. In the 1950s, scientists realized a crucial flaw in behaviorism. We aren't born empty. Our genetic makeup plays a significant role in our behavior. Behavioral genetics shows us that certain instincts are hardwired into us. A baby knows to cry for its mother, and a spider instinctively knows how to spin a web. This is the wisdom nature embeds in us. So what does this mean for our dogs? It means understanding their behavior isn't just about training, it's about recognizing their innate abilities and instincts. Join me as we explore more about this fascinating topic and learn how to better understand and connect with our canine companions. Ever wondered how a pet learns to follow commands or how a child learns to associate actions with consequences? Well, you're in the right place. Today we delve into the captivating world of operant conditioning, a cornerstone of behaviorism and cognitive science, a field that revolutionized our understanding of learning. We'll explore their concepts, applications, and impact, as well as their limitations that led to significant shifts in psychological paradigms. So, buckle up as we embark on this fascinating journey of learning and understanding. Now, let's dive right into the world of operant conditioning. When we think about learning, we often consider it as the acquisition of new knowledge or skills. But B.F. Skinner, a renowned psychologist, saw it differently. Back in the 1930s, he introduced a concept that he referred to as operant conditioning. This idea suggests that learning is a result of the consequences that follow our actions. Imagine this scenario. You're in an arcade, and you're playing a game that rewards you with tickets. Every time you score, you get tickets. The more you score, the more tickets you receive. This is a simple example of operant conditioning. The game rewards you for successful actions, thereby encouraging you to repeat them. Skinner took this concept further by introducing the idea of rewards and punishments. He suggested that if an action is followed by a rewarding consequence, we are more likely to repeat it. This is known as positive reinforcement. On the other hand, if an action leads to an unfavorable outcome, we are less likely to repeat it. This is referred to as punishment. Skinner also distinguished between two types of reinforcements and punishments: positive and negative. Positive reinforcement involves adding a rewarding stimulus, like getting extra dessert for doing chores. Negative reinforcement, on the other hand, involves removing an unpleasant stimulus, like turning off an annoying alarm by waking up on time. Similarly, positive punishment involves adding an unpleasant stimulus, like a scolding for misbehavior, while negative punishment involves taking away a pleasant stimulus, like losing phone privileges for breaking rules. So in essence, operant conditioning is all about learning through the consequences of our actions. It's a fascinating concept that has had profound implications on how we understand and influence behavior. Whether it's training a dog to sit, encouraging students to study, or even understanding addiction, operant conditioning continues to play a crucial role. But like all theories, it's not without its limitations, which we'll discuss later on. Like any other theory, operant conditioning too has its limitations. As insightful as B.F. Skinner's concept may be, it's not a one-size-fits-all answer to every behavioral challenge. There are certain aspects that operant conditioning fails to consider, leading to a few notable shortcomings. The first drawback arises from the excessive reliance on rewards and punishments. When we constantly use rewards to reinforce behavior, we run the risk of creating an overdependency on these external factors. For instance, if a child is always given a candy for cleaning their room, they may start to expect a reward for every act of responsibility. This can diminish their intrinsic motivation, the inherent desire to do things for the sheer satisfaction of accomplishment. Similarly, the use of punishment as a deterrent can create an atmosphere of fear and stress, which may not always lead to the desired behavioral changes. Instead, it can result in attempts to avoid punishment rather than understanding and correcting the behavior itself. Another pitfall of operant conditioning is its potential to encourage manipulative or even unethical behaviors. If the reward is enticing enough, individuals might resort to dishonest means to achieve it. It's like a student cheating on a test to get good grades. The very reward system could inadvertently promote deceitful actions. Operant conditioning also tends to oversimplify the complexity of human behavior by focusing solely on observable actions and immediate reactions. It fails to account for cognitive processes like thoughts, emotions, and memories, which play a crucial role in shaping our behavior. This lack of consideration for the internal mental state is a significant limitation. Furthermore, operant conditioning assumes that all responses are equal, which isn't always the case. Different individuals can respond differently to the same stimulus based on their personal experiences and interpretations. Therefore, while operant conditioning is useful, it's important to be aware of its limitations. It's a powerful tool in understanding and influencing behavior, but like all tools, it must be used wisely and appropriately, taking into account its potential drawbacks and the unique individuality of each person. Recognizing these limitations led to a shift in focus towards cognitive science. The story of cognitive science begins in the mid-20th century, when psychologists started to question the narrow lens of behaviorism. They began to realize that behaviorism, with its focus on observable actions, was leaving out an essential piece of the puzzle. Behaviorism couldn't account for the rich complexity of human thought, memory, and problem-solving. This realization marked a turning point. The tide began to turn away from operant conditioning and towards cognitive science. The shift wasn't abrupt. It was more like a gradual sea change, with the waves of thought and research slowly eroding the stronghold of behaviorism and revealing a new landscape of understanding. And what was this new landscape? It was a place where the mind's inner workings were seen as crucial to understanding behavior. Cognitive science looked beyond the surface of observable actions to explore the intricate patterns of thought, memory, and problem-solving that underpin our actions. The shift to cognitive science was driven by several reasons. One was the growing body of evidence that cognitive processes play a crucial role in learning. Studies showed that our thoughts, memories, and problem-solving abilities are intimately involved in how we learn and behave. Another reason was the desire for a more holistic understanding of behavior. Cognitive science offered a way to look at the whole person, not just their actions. It allowed psychologists to explore the interplay between thought and action, between the mind and the world. And so cognitive science began to take root, promising a more comprehensive understanding of human behavior. It offered a way to bridge the gap between the observable and the unobservable, between the external and the internal. And it opened up new avenues for understanding and influencing human behavior. Thus began the era of cognitive science, promising a more comprehensive understanding of human behavior. So where does this leave us in our understanding of learning and behavior? We've journeyed through the world of operant conditioning, delving into its principles, applications, and impacts. We've seen how it has shaped behavior through rewards and punishments, with its influence extending to classrooms and workplaces. However, we've also noted its potential dangers, including dependency on external rewards and the risk of promoting manipulative behaviors. We've explored the realm of behaviorism, which emphasizes observable behaviors and dismisses thoughts and emotions. Yet we've also acknowledged its shortcomings, namely, its disregard for cognitive processes, which play a vital role in learning. Then we ventured into the rise of cognitive science, a field that recognizes the importance of mental processes. This shift, driven by psychologists like Jean Piaget and Noam Chomsky, has led to a more holistic understanding of human behavior and learning. It underscores the significance of thinking, memory, and problem-solving in shaping our actions and decisions. In essence, both operant conditioning and cognitive science offer valuable insights into human behavior. They represent different facets of learning, each contributing unique perspectives. Operant conditioning helps us understand how behavior can be shaped by external factors, while cognitive science illuminates how our internal thought processes influence our actions.
This professional group is formed to assist canine owners in achieving the greatest possible relationship with their pets. And modern dog training is the process where great dog owners learn to understand what their individual dog needs to feel comfortable, fulfilled, and complete. Simply put, modern dog training pulls your dog away from base behavioral dependencies and empowers them with a really healthy mind. Sit, stay, down, come, heel. I mean, these are the 5 basic command words that most people associate with dog obedience training, but sadly, it is easy to see the simple mechanics of dog training without truly grasping why learning is actually more important than training. So let's take a moment to think about an alcoholic, for example. Imagine if I said teaching you how to paint will stop you from drinking. That would not be true. Right? The truth is that you would learn how to paint and most likely continue drinking. So treating alcoholism, for example, involves mastering a specialized set of skills, most of which help people deal with the underpinning emotional issues and discomfort that cause addiction to occur to escape discomfort. Ill-behaved dogs are obviously not alcoholics, but they are addicted to their own behaviors in a way that is as strong as alcohol dependency. More often than not, unwanted dog behaviors result from a dog's emotional need to engage in behaviors that fill a void, and this void is rarely addressed with mechanical words that enforce dog obedience. Canines, unfortunately, have been transformed into victims, and the pet industry has allowed fear-based ideas to shape almost everything now. As a result, our canines have been lost in good intentions. Real dog breeders have been replaced with glorified backyard breeders. Mixed breeds have been glorified by a rescue industry that seems invested in keeping dogs victimized. And online crash courses and knowledge assessment tests by popular organizations are replacing trainers with actual experience. And worst of all, some of the most influential dog trainers on earth can't even control their own dogs. So this is actually how we started this group. And we were also in this group inspired by the work from an old school trainer by the name of Charles P. Eisenman. And after reading Charles Eisenman's book, we all realized what an amazing trainer he was. A trainer that did not believe in formal training just to have a well-obedient dog. Now, we have met hundreds of trainers every year who have called us because they need help with their own dogs and choose instead to focus on researching a canine's ability to learn everything on their own latently. Now, latent learning is an effective way to shape behavior. I honestly believe that canines learn almost everything they know latently, but that's a story for another conversation. Latent learning has already been researched by the scientific community, and it has been proven to work much faster than operant conditioning. So yep, you heard right. Science has proven that latent learning works much faster than reward-based training and non-rewards training. However, too many trainers only hyper-focus on operant conditioning. You see, dogs are never triggered by things outside of their body. Their triggers are inside the dog's mind, and that means that you should be able to handle those triggers without having other dogs or people as a distraction, or having one of your neighbors be your guinea pig. You don't need to proof a dog that learns latently. Proofing is an obedience training thing, so it does not apply to the work done latently that behaviorists do. Hence, a canine can be a great member of society with absolutely zero dog training. A dog that you can take anywhere, weaning yourself off of restrictive training tools and discovering what it feels like to own a dog you can honestly trust. When we switched to latent learning, so many of my results with clients' dogs just started behaving better, even though we had not worked on the behavioral issue that we were originally hired yet to do. Often they just didn't display the bad behavior at all before we even had the chance to work on it. So when trying to alter the behavior of any animal, it is vital, absolutely essential, that the selected course of action is stronger than the source of the irritation. This means that if your pet learned to bark wildly in a few days, the cure must be powerful enough to remedy the problem just as fast. If not, the problem always grows faster than the solution, and people get stuck trying to solve a problem for years. This is perhaps the most common error trainers make with their own dogs. With latent learning, you never need a tool, you are always safe, and you can achieve profound alterations in a canine's behavior without ever seeing any ugly behaviors manifest. So think of behavior like this. We'll use aggression as an example. Each and every dog's behavior is connected on a chain. Now imagine that there are 20 links on that chain. Your job is to find what link comes first before the aggression. Now, if you're treating the aggression, then you place yourself on the very link that you are trying to eliminate that puts you in great danger of destroying you or your dog's psychology. So you need to jump off that link that you wish to eliminate. Now, here's the problem. Most dog trainers don't know what link to jump to, and there are very specific links that attach a dog to its own behavioral issue or aggression. Once you know how to influence these links, the aggression just goes away, just vanishes, and you never need to subject yourself to any danger or anybody else to any danger while you're practicing. So in conclusion, I really think operant conditioning can mistakenly be an abusive philosophy in itself. If we were being studied and trained this way, no one would really understand the true essence of one's soul or capabilities. Dolphins and orcas are incredibly intelligent, and SeaWorld turned them into dancing monkeys. You would never know how incredibly intelligent they are by watching the SeaWorld show. Seeing them do tricks almost makes them look less intelligent, and you can never really see their problem-solving skills or how they perceive the world, right? So if owners and trainers are going to educate themselves, by reading books or surfing the internet, they should be the same books that students are required to read in a university. You should not be reading dog training books. Rather, they need to be books about animal behavior and learning theory. Dog training books are always biased, always. And I feel it's important for students to learn about the behavioral science first before they start to learn about dog training. That way, That way they will be better able to see why some dog training methods are flawed. Right? If more dog training students took the time to learn about behavior before they started training dogs, they would better understand why the positive only movement was so flawed. So people need to learn the universal truths about observable behavior, and that's not happening. And that's what a behaviorist does, is they help you by observing behavior. Most trainers don't understand the difference between altering behavior and actual learning. A dog is not trained if you still need to use training tools or treats. If the training tools and treats are still in use, you have mainly learned control and management and not full rehabilitation.
Welcome to our journey through the fascinating world of psychology. Today we're diving into the groundbreaking work of Edward Chase Tolman and his research on latent learning. Edward Chase Tolman was an American psychologist who made significant contributions to the study of learning and motivation. Born in 1886, Tolman was a key figure in the development of cognitive psychology. Tolman is most famous for his experiments with rats in mazes. But why study rats in mazes, you ask? Tolman conducted these experiments to understand the nature of learning. He challenged the behaviorist view that learning is merely a mechanical process of associating a stimulus with a response. Tolman's maze experiments with rats introduced a new concept. He placed rats in a maze and allowed them to explore without any rewards. After several days, he introduced a reward. What he found was astonishing. The rats quickly navigated to the reward, much faster than if they were learning from scratch. This suggested that they had formed a cognitive map of the maze even without a reward. A cognitive map is like a mental representation of the layout of one's environment. Tolman believed that the rats had developed this understanding of the maze during their unrewarded exploration. This led to the concept of latent learning. Learning that occurs without any obvious reinforcement and is not immediately demonstrated. Tolman's work was revolutionary. It challenged the prevailing behaviorist view and paved the way for the cognitive revolution in psychology. His research showed that learning can occur in the absence of direct reinforcement, and that internal mental processes play a crucial role in learning. Edward Chase Tolman's work significantly altered our understanding of behavior, highlighting the importance of cognitive processes in learning. His legacy lives on in the field of psychology, influencing how we think about learning and motivation today. Thank you for joining us on this exploration of Edward Chase Tolman's contributions to psychology.